Okay, so now I'm going to explain how to do the data analysis for task 2. I assume everybody chose member A. If you did member B, please ask your instructor how to do it. Okay? So first I'm going to explain what you did and then move on to the data analysis. Okay, so for member A, everybody prepare iron from 2 times 10 to the minus 3. Okay? Thiocyanate, the lab manual, it says you need to prepare from the concentration range from 0 to 1 times 10 to the minus 3. For some section, I asked to do also 2 times 10 to the minus 3. But if you did that, just follow your concentration range. Okay? So if you do the 0 to 1 times 10 to the minus 3, here you might choose 8 times 10 to the minus 4, 6 times 10 to the minus 4, and 4 times 10 to the minus 4. But it's your choice from those concentrations. It's up to you. Okay? But again, this one you mix 5 ml with 5 ml again. So the initial concentration in the mixture is going to be also half. Okay? These are 2. But this time, we cannot use the Rouche-Chatrier's principle to assume the concentration of the product. Okay? We have to get these products using the standard curve from the task 1. Okay? So I'm going to draw the task 1 standard curve here. Okay. And then everybody should get the equation on the graph. And then this one has y-intercept. Unless you set up the y-intercept to 0, that's okay. Just leave it as it is. And then we're going to use the whole equation to calculate the product concentration. Okay? And then this slope, m, should be between 2,500 to 5,000. If your slope is not within this range, you go talk to the instructor. And then probably instructor will recommend you to use 5,000 to calculate your product concentration. Okay? But you need to go talk to them first. Okay? So let's say our standard curve equation is y equal 5,000x. Okay? So using this one, we're gonna get this concentration. So everybody should have the data absorbance from the absorption spectroscopy. Okay? So let's say this one is 0.1. I'm just gonna make up this number. Okay? Okay. Since these are we measuring the absorbance at the room temperature, those concentration from standard 2 to 5, it should be close. Okay? The standard 1, this is a blank because we didn't put any thiocyanate in it. Okay? So we use this absorbance to correct your absorbance. So what that means is the iron, if you look at your standard solution of the iron, you notice that it has a slightly orange color. Okay? So we don't want to include that absorbance in our sample. So the corrected absorbance is gonna be your sample absorbance minus the blank absorbance. So for example, standard 2 is gonna be 0.3, this one, minus the blank absorbance, 0.1. Okay? And then standard 3, 0.4 minus this blank concentration. Okay? So you're gonna correct your absorbance first. And then using this correct one, so let's say 0.3 minus 0.1 is 0.2. Okay? So we're gonna plug in this absorbance into y, okay, because this is based on the Beer's law, and then solve for x. That x is equal to the product concentration. Okay? So standard 2, so the corrected absorbance is a 0.2, okay? And then the 5,000 x. So the x should be what?
I don't know.
Okay. That's fine. so that you calculate the X. Okay? And then the worksheet, the table. Additionally, you need to calculate the concentration of the iron at the equilibrium and thiocyanate concentration at the equilibrium. Okay, so these are the ones you can set up as initial concentration minus product concentration. The reason why is that I'm gonna explain first. So the equilibrium reaction, you have this one, okay, and you have to use the ice table, okay, and then so this one is the initial. You have initial those two concentration you start with, and this one is 0, and then changing we don't know. So the concentration at the equilibrium for the iron is gonna be initial minus X, and thiocyanate is thiocyanate initial minus X, and this is X. The product concentration is X. This X equal to this X. Okay, so the concentration of the product comes from the standard curve from task 1. Once you get that, you can calculate those iron equilibrium initial minus X, and then the thiocyanate equilibrium concentration is a thiocyanate initial minus X. Okay, you do this calculation for standard 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, you don't have to do the number 1 because it's a blank. Okay, and then at the end, you have to calculate the KEQ. So what's the KEQ? Is product at the equilibrium over iron and thiocyanate. Okay. And then so this one is gonna be X. Product is X, and the bottom, the equilibrium is iron concentration initial minus X, thiocyanate initial concentration minus X. Okay, that's all you have to do. And the KEQ for the 2, 3, 4, 5 will be similar because you measured at the absorbance at the room temperature.